Hey there folks, it is Rob and welcome back to a brand new movie collection video. If you haven't seen my first one, definitely check it out. I show my entire Fast and the Furious collection. I have them all on Blu-ray. Today is going to be a horror movie collection video. We are going to show the Phantasm movies. Yes, the Phantasm franchise, which I love. I can seriously tell you guys that I like every single movie within this franchise. Some more than others, but I cannot say that I hate or even dislike any of them. And that's very rare when it comes to a horror franchise. You know, usually you might have some that stick out like a sore thumb, but it's not the case with this franchise. And I can say the same with like Friday the 13th. But Phantasm is just a unique story and like a unique character called the Tall Man, and played by Angus Grimm. You know, rest in peace. He was born to play that role. But it's just an amazing, creative franchise. So here we have the Anchor Bay Collection DVD of the first Phantasm, which I love. The first movie really drew me into where I just wanted to nonstop watch all the movies in order and see what happens. It's just crazy. You know, Tall Man picking up a casket, throwing it in the back of the hearse like it's no problem, like the guy benches like 400, 500 pounds. I mean, my God. The whole mausoleum aspect really intrigues me, because those of you who have followed me for years know that I used to live next to a cemetery. It was basically my childhood home. And in the middle of that cemetery is a huge mausoleum. And you could only go in there one weekend a year. Usually on Memorial Day weekend, they open it up. You can go in there and, you know, look at the carvings on the walls and stuff. And, you know, I always had dreams and nightmares about that place, because I could go in my backyard and look, and there it is, the building in the middle of the cemetery. Sometimes the lights would be on and sometimes they'd be off. And it's funny because the cemetery workers would tell me no one ever goes in there. They keep it chained locked all year until they open it on Memorial Day weekend. So why are the lights going on and off in there? This is the movie that I think of, and I think of the character, the Tall Man, every time I would look at that mausoleum or even go in it. So this movie, I guess you could say, kind of scarred me in a good way, I guess. But all right, next up we have the sequel. We got Phantasm 2, and this is the Scream Factory Blu-ray with the original collector's edition, you know, slipcover. The old ones that they used to make before they started coming out with the newer looks to them. I have a lot of these old ones that are in really great shape. So, but yeah, the sequel's good. I don't think it's as good as the first movie, but they really kind of ramp it up here. I would say a complaint of mine for this movie is the fact that, you know, they didn't get Michael Baldwin back. You know, there's another actor playing, which he did fine, but I don't know. I just, Michael Baldwin was one of my favorite things about the first movie. So I guess that's just a minor nitpick. But we get him back here in Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead. Now, he doesn't have the biggest part. It's like he appears in the beginning and then he like disappears for a while. And then he shows up here and there. But that's fine. He still looks the same. Like his face, like his hair is a little different because it was much longer in the first movie. And it's a little bit shorter here. But man, he doesn't look any different. But this is the Anchor Bay Collection DVD, unrated director's cut, never before released in North America. Phantasm 3 is awesome. I love this movie. You got martial arts in this, like a lady with nunchucks trying to take out those spheres. And, you got... I actually think the Tall Man has a lot more dialogue in this movie than he did in the previous two. But he's also, he's always great. Reggie Bannister's great. Just everyone does a good job. The effects are great too. But Reggie's always a horny guy. He's always trying to get laid, seems like. I don't blame him. But yeah, that's Phantasm 3. And then we move on to Phantasm 4. And this is also the Anchor Bay Collection DVD. And you can see the Roman numeral 4 right there mixed in with Oblivion, which is pretty clever. Oblivion is really good. This is one out of the whole series, before Ravager came out. This is the one that I didn't watch, I think I was really late to the party on this one. I had seen the first two Phantasm movies right away, and then Phantasm 3 came, watched that, and then I remember I didn't watch Phantasm 4 for the longest time. But it's good. It really is. Once again, Angus Grimm as the Tall Man. He just never lets up. He's, like I said, born to play the role of the Tall Man. All right. Then we get to the final film in the Phantasm franchise, and that is Phantasm Ravager. And I have it here on Blu-ray. So the only ones that I own on Blu-ray by themselves is Phantasm 2 and Phantasm Ravager. This one I would say is probably the weakest out of the 5, but it's not saying much because I still like it. I still like the characters, and Angus Grimm has aged quite a bit in this, and he looks a little different as a Tall Man, but that he's not rusty or anything. He still acts like the Tall Man. He's great. He still acts great. I had no problem with him at all. But yeah, Ravager's a lot of fun. So then, those are all the Phantasm movies by themselves. Then I have the collection, which is the Blu-ray collection here. In this little miniature box set that also came with the life-size replica of the sphere here, which is awesome. I was going to do a little skit in the mausoleum. If it ever was open, I was going to bring this and do a little skit with the sphere. But yeah, this box set's pretty cool. You got the big 3 right there. I always liked Jody. That's why I like in Phantasm 3 where Jody was basically like the spirit guiding them in the ball. Like he was the ball. It's like the sphere, the sphere is always the works of the Tall Man, but the one with Jody was going against him. So, yeah. Reggie with that shotgun. That shotgun is crazy. I'll show you guys this real quick. You take the slipcover off, and there you have the 2 poles, where if you go in between them, you will go to another dimension. And if you flip it over this way, you got the ball, or the sphere, so to say, activating the drill that comes out after it latches onto you with the spikes there. Open it up. It's basically a book. So you got the first Phantasm there. Oops. Phantasm 2. And it shows you all the special features as well. Phantasm 3. And it doesn't say Lord of the Dead either. It just says Phantasm 3. Phantasm 4 doesn't say Oblivion. And then Phantasm 5, but it doesn't say Ravager. And then the bonus disc. I get it. They were just trying to keep it really simple. You know, because I have the Phantasm Ravager right there, but it doesn't say Phantasm 5, even though it does have the Roman numeral right there. So I guess you could count that. But you know what I mean. It's very simple. It's the numbered system, and that's how they kept it for that. And that's fine. But again, rest in peace, Angus Scrimm. You will always live on through the character of the Tall Man, because you know he was born to play it. It's amazing. So anyway, guys, that is my horror movie collection video of the Phantasm franchise, all the movies that I own in the series. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be back with more of these. Like I said, it may be a horror series, it may not be. Just depends on what I show you. And yeah, let me know what you think of the Phantasm franchise down in the comments. And this is Rob signing off. And I'll see you guys in the next video.